Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. So guys, we have completed this data ingestion part on our notebook. So we already did some experiment and it is working fine. As you can see here in our artifacts, actually it is able to ingest the data. So now what I need to do, as I told you from our previous video, after doing this experiment from the notebook, we'll be writing our modular coding. So what I will do, I will just convert this code to the modular coding. So I will actually arrange everything here. So for this, actually, first of all, what I need to do. So guys, here if you see, here we have components, inside our src CNN classifier. So here actually we'll be writing all the components, So the first component we have completed, which is nothing but data ingestion, but we have completed this thing, on the notebook. So now I need to create it as a Python file, So inside this component folder, I will create one file called data ingestion, So let's create data underscore ingestion, ingestion.py. So it's the name I will be taking. So here actually I'll be writing this code only, like as you can see here, we have already written this class. But before that, we also need to maintain this entity, then our configuration manager. These are the thing. So as I already told you, if you see the readme, first of all I need to update my config.yaml, but which is already configured. I have already updated this thing. So I don't need to update this thing again and again. So it is already done for me, and I don't have any secret. I have to update this params.yaml. But in this data ingestion stage, actually I don't have any parameters, so I won't be updating this thing. So I'll directly jump into this entity. So first of all, let's update this entity. So to update this entity, so there is a folder I have created called entity. As you can see here, so inside that I will be creating one file. So let's create one file here. So I'll give this file name as config underscore entity. Entity.py. So this is going to be this is going to be the file name. So here I'll be copying the same entity. So guys, here if you see, I created two kinds of entity. One, I used this name tuple, this name tuple library, and another one is I use this data class. So these two things actually similar, but this thing is like more readable. So what I will do, instead of following this entity, this approach, I will following this one. I will refer this one. But both way actually you can you can say initiate. Initiate this entity. But I will follow this one. So I will copy this thing as it is. I will open my config entity and here I will paste it. So yeah, so everything will remain same here. You don't need to change anything. I'll just simply save the file. So our config entity we have already created. Now I'll close it. So after entity, what I need to do, I need to also you can say maintain this configuration manager. So for this, there is another folder I created. I think you remember here inside src CNN classifier. Here I have created one folder called config. So inside that I will create another file called configuration. Configuration.py. So here actually I'll be writing all the configuration I created here. So first of all, I will import this thing. First of all, I will import this thing. I'll open my configuration.py. First of all, I need to import this read YAML and create directories from my utility. Then I will also import this thing. This constant. So let's also import this one. Now apart from that, I also need this two library. Now I will finally copy my configuration manager class. So this is the same class I'm copying here. If you see, this is the same thing I just copied here. So here I need to also import this data ingestion config and data ingestion config. This thing I also need to import. So where I can import this one. So first of all, I will open my entity folder. Entity. So inside that I have created one constructor file. So I'll open this file. So first of all, here I need to import them. So I'll just write from CNN classifier dot entity. So I have something called config entity. Inside config entity, I have already created this thing. My data ingestion config. If I show you, let me open this config entity. So this is the data ingestion config. I will just copy the name and I'll open it and I'll paste it here. Simply. So I already imported this thing. Now I'll come back to my then I will come back to my configuration. So here I need to import it. So I'll just write from CNN classifier, okay, dot entity, okay. So instead of writing this config entity, I'll just directly import my data ingestion config, this thing, okay. So let me import like that. I will just keep one parenthesis because later on I also need to import my other components related configuration, okay. So that's why I have given like that, okay. So see guys, what is the convenience, okay. So I have already mentioned this long path, okay. Here if you see cnn dot entity, then again config entity, okay, this file name, then I am importing this thing. But whenever I am importing this thing here, okay, so instead of giving the full, okay, file path, so what I'm doing, I'm just writing cnn classifier dot entity import data ingestion configuration, okay. So directly I'm importing this thing, okay. So that's why actually it's a good practice whenever you are trying to import something, just write the full path in your constructor file, okay. The like you can say components you are creating in that constructor file, and whenever you are importing that thing in other file, okay, so at that time instead of giving the full path, okay, just try to mention this path only, okay. See here, if you give the full path also, it will also work, okay, there is no issue, but I won't be giving the full path, okay. I will only mention the short part because I already mentioned the full path in my constructor, okay. So this is the convenience here. So guys, we have already configured this configuration manager. Now what I need to do, if I go to readme, now I need to update my components, okay. So let's update the components. So here if you see, so this is the components we created, okay. The same thing actually will be copying pasting, okay. So for this actually I will open my data ingestion.py, okay, this file. So let me close this other file, this is not required, okay. Now here I need to mention my this thing, okay, this code, okay, I have created. So I'll open this file. So first of all, let's import some of the library, okay. So I slightly did some modification in this code, okay. In this code, what I did, I added some logging, okay, logging functionality here, because if you see there actually I didn't mention any log, okay. And I also added this tqdm, okay, tqdm. So what tqdm will do, actually it will give you one progress bar, okay, whenever you will be running this component, okay, it will show one progress bar. But before that actually we didn't able to see the progress bar, okay. So that's why I did some modification in this code, okay. So let me show you like what are the modification I did. So first of all, let's open these are the library. I also need this two library, tqdm and path, okay, pathlib. Now I will import from cnn. First of all, I will import my data ingestion config, okay, this thing. So let's import dot entity, okay. I'll just write import data ingestion config, okay. So this thing I need, and I will also import my logger. So I'll just write cnn, sorry, from cnn, okay, cnn classifier, okay, then import logger, okay, logger, okay. Now I also need this get size function, okay. If you see inside common.py, we created one method here called get size, okay. Okay, this is the method actually I also need, because what I am doing actually whenever I'm trying to logging, okay, logging that information, I'm also taking the file size, okay, what is the size of this file and all, okay. So that is what I am also logging. So I'll open this one again, my data ingestion. So let's import this thing. So from cnn classifier import utils, okay. I'll just import my get get size, I think, okay, it is get size, this function, okay, I created. Now I think all the package I have already imported, okay. So finally I will like copy paste my this thing, okay, my data ingestion like you can say class, okay. Let's copy this thing, but I did some slight modification, so let me copy from my other notebook, okay. So here if you see, this is the same code, okay, as I already wrote in my Jupyter notebook, okay. So here if you see, this is the same class, okay, same class, download file, get updated list, okay, pre-process, everything you will see here, okay. But what I added this logging functionality only, okay. So here if you see, like each and every steps I logged the information, okay. And I also use this get size method, like whenever I'm like logging, suppose this is I'm logging like file already exists, size of, okay, I'm taking the size and I'm also logging the information, okay. Now one thing I also added this tqdm, okay. So here if you see, it will like first of all unzip and clean, okay, like your data. So whenever it will copy the image, okay, like only the raw image it will copy in the folder, at that time it will show one progress bar, okay. So that thing I just did slight modification, okay, nothing else. So yes guys, I think we have already done this data ingestion components, okay. Now what I need to do, so I'll open this one. So components we have already created. Now I need to create the pipeline. Okay, now let's create the pipeline. So here at the left hand side I have one folder called pipeline. Okay, so let's open this pipeline. So inside pipeline I will create one file. So I'll just give this name as stage. Okay, stage 01, because this is my stage 1. Okay, this is the first stage. Okay, my data ingestion is my first stage. So stage 01 data underscore ingestion. Okay, ingestion.py. So this is my stage. Okay, now here actually I need to write the pipeline. Okay, so what is the pipeline? Pipeline is nothing. So basically actually I just need to call this method. Okay, so here actually we have created data ingestion class. Okay, if I want to execute this class, okay, if I want to access these are the functionality, so I need to write this code. Okay, so this code actually I need to write inside my pipeline. Okay, so that actually I can run one by one. So I'll open my stage 01 data ingestion, this pipeline. Okay, so first of all I'll import my, so from cnn classifier dot config. Okay, I'll import my configuration. Okay, configuration manager. I think this is the configuration manager. I will just copy the name. Okay, and it is giving error because, okay, I just need to write import. Okay, it is giving error because actually we haven't like created this thing. Okay, inside my init.py. So I'll open this one config folder. Inside there I have one constructor file. I'll open this one. Okay, so here first of all I need to import with the full path. So I'll just write from cnn classifier dot config. Okay, dot configuration. I'll just simply import my configuration manager. Okay, now I have imported this thing. Now if I open this one, now if I press Ctrl and right click here, okay, so it will be able to access because I have already created this path. Okay, inside this constructor. So let's close this one. Okay, now it is accessible. Now similar wise I also need to import my data ingestion. Okay, so from my components. Okay, but here actually I didn't imported data ingestion. I will again open this constructor file. So first of all let's import my data ingestion. So I'll just write from cnn classifier dot component. Okay, then I have data ingestion file here. Okay, data ingestion. Then I will import. Okay, import my data ingestion. So what was the class name? So if I open this one, okay, this is the class name. I'll copy and here I need to paste it. Okay, data ingestion. Now it's done. Then I will close it and here let's import my data ingestion. So from cnn classifier dot component. Okay, I'll just simply write data ingestion. Okay, so we have already imported. Now also let's import our login. So cnn classifier dot okay, not dot, I think classifier import logger. Okay, so this thing is done now. So here first of all I will create one class. Okay, class let's give training pipeline. Okay, training pipeline. Okay, so this is the class I will create, and inside this class I'll define one constructor. Okay, so it would be one empty constructor. So here actually I'm not going to do anything, so I'll just simply pass it. Okay, and inside that I will create one method called def main. Okay, main, and inside that actually I will just copy paste the same code. Okay, here this is the code. I'll just copy and paste it here. Okay, yes, now I think our pipeline creation is also done. Okay, so guys, our pipeline creation is also done. Now what I need to do, I need to create one like endpoint. Okay, here. So to create the endpoint, so let's create the endpoint here. So I'll just create one file called main.py. Okay, main.py. So this is going to be our main like endpoint. Okay, so here first of all I need to import this training pipeline. Okay, from this stage 1 data ingestion. Okay, so how I can import it? So I'll open this main.py and let's import this thing. So I'll just write from cnn. Okay, classifier dot I have pipeline. Okay, then I have stage 1 data ingestion. Okay, I will import training pipeline. Okay, training pipeline, this this thing. Okay, this class I already created here. Okay, this class. Now I have already imported this thing. Now here I will give one stage name, okay, called data ingestion stage, okay. And here I will just write try, and here I'll provide one logging first of all, like our so first of all I need to import logger also, so let's import the logging. I'll copy the name, okay, here. So I'm just telling like stage data ingestion started, okay. Now here I need to initialize my training pipeline, okay. So instead of training pipeline, so instead of this name, so what I will do, I will come here and I will give data, okay, uh, ingestion, okay, data ingestion training pipeline, okay. So this name would be unique then, okay. So instead of giving like that, now I'll come here and I will import this thing, okay. Sorry, yeah, now I think it's fine. Now here inside that I need to initialize this object, okay. So I'll just write uh, data underscore ingestion, okay. So this object I need to initialize, and from this object actually I just need to call data ingestion dot this main function, okay. So this main function I have created here, okay. This method actually I'll be calling. So this thing is done. Then I will also tell my stage like this data ingestion is completed, okay. I will also write my exception block here, okay. So it's done. Now I think you got it, okay, what I did here. So now let's save this file, okay, and now let's execute our main.py and let's see whether it's working or not, okay. But before that, let's delete this artifacts, okay. So I'll come here and I will remove this artifacts folder, okay. Let's remove this artifacts folder and see whether it's working or not. I'll just simply delete and I'll open this one, okay. Now I'll open my terminal. So I'll just write python main.py. So guys, see, it's running, okay. It has created this artifacts folder and it is still downloading the data, okay. Now let's see whether everything is running successfully or not. So see guys, it is successfully completed, and as you can see here, each and every log it is giving, okay. Now actually I added all the logs here, okay. As I already told you, I already added lots of logs here. Now that's why it is printing the logs, okay, in your terminal, because I also want to show in my terminal, okay. And this get size method actually will give you this much of information, like what is the size, okay, what is the time, okay, everything it will provide. And see guys, this is the progress bar, okay. So whenever it is copying the image, okay, it is the progress bar. Now if I show you, this is the pet images and it is successfully ingest the data, okay. Now see, everything is working fine, okay. So guys, now we have successfully like completed our first stage, which is nothing but data ingestion, okay. So this data ingestion component we have created. So we did some experiment, okay, from the notebook, and the same code actually we copied in our component, okay. So that's how actually you can like do some experiment in the notebook, and once it is working, just try to make the modular coding like that, okay. So yes guys, this is all about from this video. So what I need to do, I need to commit these changes in my GitHub. So let's see what are the things I need to commit. So these are the code I need to commit, okay. So I'll open my terminal. I'll just simply write one clear git add, okay. Then I'll just write git commit -m. Let's give message stage 01 completed, okay. Now let's do git push origin main, okay. It's done. Now if you want to see, this is the URL, so I'll just open the URL, okay. See, so guys, as you can see, it has been committed successfully, okay. Now, so yes guys, this is all about from this video. I hope you got it, like how we can convert this notebook to our modular coding, okay, and how we organize each and every file and all, okay. So guys, this thing is like pretty much awesome, okay. If you see this project management is like totally awesome, okay. So guys, this is all about from this video. I hope you liked it. Okay, see guys, I have given a lots of effort, okay, in this project, okay, to create these videos and all. So guys, what I want from your side, just support my channel, okay, just try to share this video, try to give a like, okay, and try to subscribe to my channel so that I can bring these kinds of videos more, okay, in future. So you just keep me motivated, okay, I will provide a lots of content like that, okay. So yes guys, this is all about from this video. So thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you next time.